Hi, I'm Connie Hurley, and this is my husband, Jeff Hurley, and we are the proud owners of Island Girl Coffee and Quenchers. It is a drive-through coffee stand in Mighty. It's on Route 8, right next to Benson Hardware, right in front of the Synergy Studios.
We came originally from Seattle. Connie and I were at this kind of this crossroad in our life. Within the family unit, the kids were basically out of the nest, and we were also at a crossroads with our business, which was in real estate, and we ran both a real estate, residential, and commercial sales office, but also we have and still are operating from a distance an executive office center. We had heard about the buildup in Guam, and so I came in the summer of 2010 on about a 30-day scouting trip. The first thing that struck me when I came here was coming from Seattle, where we're accustomed to seeing coffee stands all over the place. I didn't see anything like that.
There seemed to be opportunity in Guam, where in Seattle we'd kind of been through everything we thought we could do, so we knew people that were here already, and so let's come here and let's see what we can find here. And in that scouting effort, Jeff said, I really think we can go there and put in drive-through coffee.
What's even more interesting is that prior to even entering into this business, neither one of us were coffee drinkers, so it's
we are now.
It's a bit ironic. It's like, well, how are you qualified then to open a center? A coffee service. So we just really just educated ourselves on the process of coffee and just really the history, which is so colorful and interesting. The romance of coffee and how it's really traveled from this one little hillside in Ethiopia, and now it's just spread all over the planet.
The coffee industry is very interesting, and people that we met and started learning more about coffee are passionate about coffee. And so people have been in the business for 15 years and they say, I'm still learning. And so it's very interesting, and it's been a great little venture to talk with people that are very passionate about coffee. So starting a business wasn't a scary thing for us. Coffee was a little bit off the beaten path, but it's been very interesting and very exciting.
I was here, on my own for quite a while, so it was kind of a one-person operation, and it's really just getting the lay of the land. And this is where the Small Business Development Center really played a big part in getting me oriented and pointing me in the right direction of who to talk to, what licensing and the certifications that we would need in order to open up and be cleared with the health department. And it was slow. I mean, we had our model are these transportable buildings, so we have these steel buildings that we constructed on island. So when I first met with the contractor, he says, yeah, I can put this together probably in 30 to 45 days. It ended up being 5.5 months before it was done. And then there's just going through the permitting process, because really developing, even though we're a small little unit, some would even call it a kiosk, it really is a full-scale commercial development project.
There's always things that are difficult and slow starting up, but if you just plan on, okay, and it's going to take longer than I think it's going to take, it's not quite so frustrating in the end. But I think each having our kind of areas of expertise, makes us, a really good team.
It is a persistence and just really committing to your goal and just staying focused on what the end game is, because there were a lot of obstacles along the way, and I'm encountering them right now. Trying to get our second store open has proven to be a much bigger challenge for us than our first. We financed our second store through a local bank, and we had the help of the SBDC putting together our business plan that we needed to submit with our application. Well, I think flipping the power on just a couple of days before opening, where everything fires up, and the girls, we'd been training at our house prior to opening, but now we were able to bring the whole thing to life. So it's like cranking up this big monster, although I guess a little monster because we're not that big of a facility, but just pulling it all together, that was really rewarding. It was very nerve-wracking because we had never operated
scary
a food service before. It's like, okay, it's time to flip the switch and the open signs on. So that was a big triumph for us, just getting it open, having had those delays, and then finally being able to say, okay, we reached the goal. Now we're in operation. That was very exciting. With the economy struggling like it is, we're real proud of the fact that we're with every store we open, and as quickly as we can open, we can provide about 8 part-time jobs to the local economy.
I would say if you want to start a business, go for it. Do it. There's always someone to help. Finding those key people that can really help you, starting with the SBDC, they can kind of spread you out and guide you in many different ways. But I feel it's so rewarding to have your own business and to have something that you can call yours, that you watch, you're able to employ other people, give them a job, create customers that are thrilled that you're there, that frequent your place of business. I think it's a tremendous sense of satisfaction to have your own business and to get started and to feel so confident that you've helped other people. And so I would strongly encourage anybody wanting to start their own business, do it.
And I really would encourage people to, their first stop should be the SBDC, especially if you've never been in business before. Jerry Crawford introduced me to the SBDC, and he kind of recognized what I needed to getting the business up and running. And with his business as a consultant, he said that there was a lot of resources that we could possibly benefit from, and especially being an outsider, new to the island, they could point me down some paths to helping get incorporated and getting licensed and getting our business plan put together. So it was very helpful right from the very beginning to setting up just the framework, because I really couldn't do a lot until I had my bank accounts, and you can't get the bank account until you have a business license, and so getting all those pieces in the proper order so that we could then move things forward to set up our books in a proper way. The SBDC and Jerry's assistance was really important for us.
Well, thank you, Jeff. It has been an amazing experience to watch Island Girl go from a dream to an actual operational business. And the services of the SBDC as a consultant to the Island Girl group has been really fascinating, because Jeff, when he came to talk about opening Island Girl, doesn't drink coffee. Nor had he been in the food service or restaurant business whatsoever. So it was a kind of a unique opportunity to take someone who had good business sense but no knowledge of the particular industry, and the SBDC resources be able to garner all the information that he was asking about and the things that he needed to make good business decisions. And so that's what I really saw the SBDC able to do for Island Girl and for the Jeff Hurley family, was be able to guide them on their own dream that they wanted to go on, and be able to provide the resources for decision making at different times.
And just even cheerleading for me, because we're also friends, and so when I'd get frustrated or discouraged, it was like, I don't know if this is the right thing. It's like, no, your vision is good, and that second set of ears or eyes on an issue is really valuable. And just being able to consult with somebody, some of the concerns you have, and in some cases it was just outright fears, like, oh my gosh, I'm way out of my element here, but quickly he'd say, no, you do have the fundamentals, so we just need to now dial you in on your industry, you'll be just fine. So that was really helpful.
One of the other things that a SBDC consultant does that's really kind of enjoyable is you realize that you're affecting families' lives. It's not just the business, it's just not the numbers, it's just not the bank accounts, but it's an actual living entity. That's what a business becomes. And so you're working with both the husband and wife in this case, and both their families, their kids I mean, and then ultimately the employees that go to work within the company. So it's very rewarding to me to be involved in an industry through the Small Business Administration and the SBDC, where we're really impacting people's lives, and the way we're doing that is through business, and so I'm very grateful for that.
We had some exposure to the SBDC back in the Seattle area because of our Office Business Center. They would often have meetings at our center and meet with clients there. So we kind of knew of them, and we would just kind of talk casually about our business operations. But I never really knew and never really tapped into their resources. But coming here, I was really just blown away by the access to things that we had.
So again, Jeff and Connie Hurley, we own Island Girl Coffee and Quenchers. We are in Mighty on Route 8, right next to Benson Hardware. That is our first location.
First location.
But we have more coming, so
coming.
Keep your eyes open. Come visit us Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And
we're on
keep
a corner
watching.
near you, so stop on by, say hello.
Best coffee on the island.